Hey guys, John here from the Gamers Lounge. Just wanted to make a quick little video review on some apps that I got for review. As you can see, you're looking at my iPad screen here. You're probably going, well, you guys usually do video game reviews and things like that. Well, yeah, but as anybody who listens to the podcast knows, I'm a pretty big collector of retro video games. So I'm always looking for new ways to track my collection, track the value of it, things like that. So I found on the iTunes store from puregaming.org, they have a very large and extensive collection of apps for all the different video game consoles out there. Now, keep in mind that these are retro, so anything that is still producing games, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, 3DS, things like that, you will not find sets for. They do have the NES, Super NES, N64, Game Boy Advance, GameCube, Genesis, Saturn, Dreamcast, all these different ones, and I'll show you some of the different apps here, but really I just want to go into a little review on how they work, how good they are, things like that. I was going to write something, but something like this that's just kind of so visual, I figured it was going to be better to kind of do a little game capture video review of it than to try to put it into words, everything you could do with it. So all these apps, you have to buy for each game. There's no way to buy one app that has all the game consoles in it. You have to buy one for each one. So if you want a PS2, you got to buy the PS2 app. And these are only available on iOS. So all you Android guys out there at the moment, you have to find something else. Unfortunately, and I'm sorry if I flip the screen here when I'm talking. Sometimes I talk with my hands even though there's nobody here. So as I hold my iPad, I will try not to move my hand around too much to flip the screen. But let's go ahead and open it up, and you can see kind of some of these I've already put in, like the NES here. We'll open it up first. You can see on your left is your list of all 829 NES. Scroll through there. You can see on the side here of Airwolf, there's a little dice, and that means I have that game. And across the bottom here, you have all games wanted, remaining games, collection, and more. So I can hit collection and bring up all the games that I own and that I have put in here. And you could see different icons next to them. Contra Force only has a dice, which means I just have the cart. Dick Tracy right below it has a dice, paper, and box, which means I have the cart, or the game, the instruction booklet, and the box, so I have a complete set. And you can click on that, and it'll tell you right there, hey, look, he's got cart, manual, box. Now, you can look down here below, and there's 3 different listings: main listing, my listing, and other users. The left is taken mostly from the company's records from eBay and things like that, with the rarity, how much it is just with cart, how much it is with the cart and the manual, and how much it's worth complete. Now, the middle listing is, since this cart does not pull from Video Game Trader, which is what a lot of people use as the standard for pricing retro video games, because they pull from not only eBay and Amazon, but they also go into a little deeper of how much things have sold. It takes in consideration things like that. So people look at that as the gold standard of price guides. Unfortunately, these do not pull from there. So what you could manually do with my listing, I could go in and I could set the settings in my listing to set it to whatever I wanted. As far as rarity, I could change the price, everything like that, save it, and then that's where other users' price comes into play at. This is pulled from their database of all their users, and this is what users who use this app price the game at. So, loose, they are selling it for an average of 11. Cart manual, they're valuing it at 13, and complete, they're valuing it at 26. Now, what's cool is you also have a YouTube and an eBay app. You can you can click those, and it will take you immediately to like eBay, and it will show you all the listings for that particular game on eBay. So it's easy to find. It just opens up Safari, searches NES Dick Tracy, and then you can scroll through and see if that's something you want to buy. Like, let's say you don't have a copy of Dick Tracy or something like that. It's on your wish list or something. Or maybe you just want to watch some Let's Play video or a video review on YouTube. You could click the YouTube and it will take you to YouTube. You can even click and it will change the value depending on, or the currency depending on where you're at. So you can set your currency on it. So all you EU people, you can set it to what you need there as well. I can also set it to have it for sale if I'd want to sell that, or if it's a game that I want on my wanted list, I can click it and add to my wanted list and go over here, and this would be where it would appear. Let me just pull up my collection here real quick and show you what that tab looks like. I'm sorry, the more. This will show you a little in-depth of what your collection analysis is, which is pretty cool. As you can see up here in the left-hand corner, it values my NES collection at $697. That is from the database's value. It's not my value or the user's value. It is what Pure Gaming pulls from eBay is worth. It will, you can sort them by most rare or most valuable. I have it sorted by most rare, so you see there Contra Force right at the top is my most rare game. $106 just for the cart. Users are going a little low with it. $100 is about right. But you can go back to the trophy room, and I can go by most valuable. So I'll search it by that, and of course Contra is there up top because it tells you there in the corner. Most rare, Contra Force. Most valuable, Contra Force. And I have 59 games. You can see down there right under most valuable, there's a little faint number. That's how many games you got in your collection. You can look up top, there's 829 total games. I only have about 5% of a complete NES library. So, that's normal. But you can export it by email. You can sign in to your online collection, which is pretty cool. So you can actually sign in to sign up for the website and upload all this information that you can access online at any time. You can give it to a friend and link to a friend, and they can look at it and see exactly what games you have and what collection and sort everything like that. It's really cool. Let's go back and open up one of the other collections just to give you an idea of some of the things. Let's go with Dreamcast. So we'll open up the Dreamcast there. And, of course, it's going to look just like your like the NES one. They're all pretty much the same. We'll go over here to more and look at the collection here. As you can see, this one's a little bit bigger. I have 22% of the collection. I have about 100 Dreamcast games. Most rare, it'll line them up there for most rare. And if you can see on the second row, second from the left, that is Shenmue 2. That is the EU game. So it does have EU games on here as well. It does not have Japanese games, but they do have US and UK games and EU games as well for collectors like me who like to have some import games in their collection. Now, unfortunately, they do not have Japanese games. There is no plans at the moment to add Japanese games, but if you look down here in the corner, there is an add a custom game. You can pull that up. You can edit the name and the listing and everything like that, and then you can assign the value to it and everything like that. And of course, you can sort by most valuable. And of course, the most valuable game I have on the Dreamcast is Shenmue 2 EU Edition, $143. And this is something that in most of my collector that I've used that I have never been able to do is value EU games or add custom games from my Japanese collection for my Saturn and things like that. So when I'm valuing a collection, my collection, it's kind of hard to take in those games that are not in that particular app that I would use. So it's very cool to see EU games and things like that in this app. I really, really, really like that. For another one, let me pull up the Sega Master System collector there, because I have not added any games to that yet. I do have some Master System games, but I wanted to save this. So let me show you how to add a game here. So we're looking at the main page when you open it up. So I have Phantasy Star. So let's add Phantasy Star to the Master System collection. So we will look here and try to find Phantasy Star. There it is. So you click on it, bring it up. It says not owned. No problem. I own that game. Let me open up this screen. And I own the cart. And I own the box. And the manual. So there we go. And you can just click off the side there. And boom, there you go. Cart, $54. Cart and manual, $71. Complete, $138. And now that is in my collection. So I can go on. Just off the top of my head, I know I have R-Type. I do own that one. So you just click on not owned. I have the cart, manual, and box. So we will click all those. And now that is in my collection. And you can go over to collection, see the games I've added. I have 2. And go over 2 more, and you can see that I have 2 out of 299, and that's how much my collection is worth and things like that. It's a very cool app. I really, really like it. Some of them are on the big side. It depends on the system that you're looking at. Some of them I've seen size-wise are only 70, 80 megs. On the high end, there may be 120 megs, something like that. So if you have a smaller memoried iPhone, you might not want to put them on your iPhone. I didn't put them on mine. I only have a 16 gig iPhone, so I don't have a lot of room. I've got a 32 gig iPad, so plus I like to have the bigger screen. But if you're looking for a particular game, you can download that app to your phone, download the backup that you made of it, and go with it. Now, see, I have used Video Game Trader. Let me flip that up there real quick so you can see what that looks like. We will update that later. My account is expired. This one is a free app, but you have to pay I think it's like $10 a year or something like that to get the updates from Video Game Trader. But you don't get the ability to do things. And of course I can't get the app to work now all of a sudden. There we go. It's not as pretty, the box art and things like that. You can kind of scroll through here and see what games I have. Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance, you can pull it up. Complete, I have it. The value of it. But what's nice is this pulls from that site. But like I say, you do have to pay so much for the app, and it doesn't give you EU games and things like that. It will give you Skylanders and some of the older consoles and Disney Infinity figures and stuff like that. But for what you pay for video game price charts, you could probably get all the apps from here that they make. But it is simple to use. It is easy to use. It's a good way to have a visual reference to what you are looking for or what you have. Because if you're like me, you get to a point where you have so many games that you kind of forget what you have. But I can just pull this up real quick and visually look at it and go, oh, look, there's Shinobi Legions. I have that game. I don't need to buy that at this yard sale or trade show or whatever like that. I already have it, so no worries. But, and I can set it up to wanted. Like, let's say I wanted a copy of Albert Odyssey, add it to my want list here. Then pull up my wanted list, and let's see, okay, well, that's a 9 out of 10 or 12 rarity, okay, disc 52, all right, yeah, and or if I just want to click eBay real quick and see what's on it, it's really cool. Like I say, they run usually about $2.99 an app, so there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 available right now. The Game Gear is coming. They have not said a specific date, but it is coming soon. They are also planning support for original Xbox games. As long as it's not an active console, which means there will be no new games released for it, they will bring out an app. The prices are updated once a week. So you can always go in and update your information when you log on. It syncs with the computer. Just a really, really good app. If you're looking for just a really nice, intuitive, easy-to-use app for games, or if you just specifically want, maybe you're a big PS2 guy and you just want PS2 games to track, you don't have to buy an app with all of them. You can just go with the PlayStation 2 and have that, or maybe the Dreamcast or the GameCube or whatever you're looking forward to. But it's puregaming.org is where you can go to their website, check it out. They do offer 2 apps free, the 32X collector and the Virtual Boy collector, so you can kind of play around with those and see what they're like. If you're interested in it, then you can fully purchase the NES or whatever. I really like it. I really like it a lot. Oh, I like the fact that I can sync it online, log into my account on the computer, and then share it with a buddy and say, hey, here's my list of all the games I have. I'm looking for this and this and this and this and this. I can make a wish list and share it with them and say, if you're out at yard sales or you're going to that trade show and you see any of these games, this is the price I'm willing to pay for this game and that game. You can put that in there as your value, and then they can look at it and go, okay, well, John wanted this game. Let me pick this up for him because I found it for X amount of dollars. Really, really, really neat. Really, very cool. Easy to use. Highly, highly recommended. If you are a game collector who wants to keep track of your game collection, pick them up. If you're an iOS user, if you're an Android user, sorry, I don't have an Android phone anymore, so I really don't know any of those kind of cool collectors apps that are on there, but I'm sure there is something on there similar to this that you can probably find for your games. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, subscribe to us. We're going to try to do more of these, not just me doing them, but some of the other guys from around the Gaming Lounge community is going to try to do some more videos and put them up here on our YouTube page. Follow us on Twitter at GL_podcast. You can follow me on Twitter as well at JC Meadows 94. We have a podcast. You can come check it out. We're on iTunes. You can check out the site, www.the-gamers-lounge.com. All that'll be in the nice little notes there at the bottom for this video.